Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, it is Sunday afternoon on April 30th, or Sunday evening. It's exactly 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And it's a hot day today. We went straight from winter to summer. It is nearly 90 degrees right now. In fact, the thermometer in my truck said it was 90 degrees. I just looked at UAV forecast. It says it's 87. Trust me, it feels like a hot summer day. And there's not even shade because there's no leaves on the trees yet. Uh, you'll see as I get the drone up, some of the dogwood blooms are blooming, but yeah, we need to start getting some leaves on these trees so we can get some shade. It's going to be a hot summer. But anyway, what have I got for you today? I have the Fimi X8 Mini version 2. We did an initial flight with it. I was pretty pleased with it. We had one little anomaly. The video went kind of weird when it was landing. Other than that, I thought it performed very well. But I want to show you some of the intelligent flight modes with the drone. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them today, but let's put this guy up in the air and let's try out some of those modes. And that's the thing, that this drone brings you at a price point that you don't get on an equivalent DJI drone. For instance, the Mini 2 SE does not have nearly the amount of functions that this guy will do, waypoints, follow me functions, etc. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this drone in the air and yeah, we'll see what happens. Hey, one more thing I want to add before we take off. I'm using a different camera today to record this. I've got the SJ Cam C300. This is the first time I've used it. I thought I had my other Action 2 camera in the car, but I didn't. So this will be a good test of this SJ Cam C300, and also audio. Now I see some wind has come up, so I'm wondering if we'll hear that wind noise. I also forgot to bring my DJI mic too, so we'll see how the microphone is on this camera as well. I'm hoping it's good. Okay, we've got the Fimi Navi Mini app fired up, and I really like this pre-flight check that it gives you. It says our aircraft battery's at 92%. I thought I had that thing charged all the way up, but evidently not. It should be plenty for what we're doing, but yeah, it is not asking for any kind of calibrations. It's telling me a card error, so let's format that card. Yeah, so I don't know. It still says card error. I've seen that on Fimi drones before, so yeah, we'll leave it at that. So yeah, looking at all the other functions here, sport mode, we've got precision landing on, sport mode off. It's not asking for any kind of calibration, so I'm going to say we're good to go there. Let's look at our camera menu. I should have looked at that while I was in here. See what our settings are. We're on 4K 30, auto, video quality high, everything else in auto, white balance, H.264, and we have grid lines on. I'm wondering if we should format that card again. Let's just do it here again just for the fun of it. And all data will be removed, format. Yeah, so hopefully we're good to go there. Okay, let's start recording now. So we're recording, and let's do an auto takeoff on the app. And I just was reading the manual yesterday. It says it'll go up to 4 meters high. The other day it only went up to 3 meters. So let's see what it does here. Auto takeoff. Hit the slider. And again, yeah, it's well, it's saying it's 2.2 meters high right now. So a little different than what it says in the app. So that's neither here nor there. Look at that. We've got 21 satellites. I'm telling you, this drone has the best of any Fimi drone I've ever seen. It grabs satellites better than any of them. So it looks like we're doing pretty good. And we had a little cloud come over, so that's welcome for me. It gives me some shade. Let me drop that camera down. One of the things that I've noticed is this thing is definitely louder than a DJI equivalent, which is neither here nor there, but It is louder. Reversing up now, reversing up now. And this is in normal mode. And look at that guy go. This is a powerful little drone, guys. And drop that down so we can see our get to kind of the rule of thirds. And we're looking into the sun, little tiny bit of our crooked horizon. I do like that home point notification that they've added to the app. Let's go. Let's just go this way for a second. Go straight forward, and again, we're heading into the sun here. And you can see we're up to 14 meters per second. I'm looking at that drone. It is plumb tilted forward. It's making some time. As soon as I get to the other end of the park here, we'll turn around and look back. And we definitely, there's definitely some tilt to the horizon. Let's grab a little more altitude. Bring this guy around. Now it's straightened out. As I move it around, it kind of straightens out. So not bad. I think, you know, I as I said in the last video, I've seen the Mini 2 with a bigger horizon tilt before. We're in kind of an interesting situation here with the clouds rolling over, but we're going to go into the intelligent flight modes, and you know, let's just start right out with a little bit of a waypoint mission. So fixed wings SAR course log. Yeah, waypoint first one. That's why I didn't see it. So let's go with the map. And yeah, set waypoints on the map, and you can tell it what to do along the way. You can set a point of interest. We're just going to run a straight ahead waypoint. I have an aircraft, a manned aircraft in front of us, but he is way higher than us. Although he is pretty close to over the top of us, but he's way up there. Okay, so here we are on the map here, and see if I can remember how to set the waypoints here. We're not going to do. Let's get this thing spread out. You can see my home point there. You can see where we're at on that map. Let's set what and execute, and we should see the drone take off here. Well, I hit execute, but I don't see the drone moving on the map. I thought we had that all set up. So let's try it. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, none there. Okay. And 2 there. And we're going to climb to 50 meters. And 3 above Discovery School, we're going to climb to 60 meters, 61 meters. And then I'm going to bring it back in front of us here, and I'm going to drop it back down to 30 meters. That's a little different than what we did before, but let's see if I did something wrong. I click OK. Whoop. And speed, I'm going to crank it up. I thought I hit go there last time, but we'll see. Heading, route. Yeah, I want it to face the route. Straight return. Fail safe. Complete when done. So we're going to hit go. And execute. Oh, fly. That's what I did. I hit save instead of fly. So that's what I did wrong. Okay. So learn from my mistakes, folks. So there's the drone. And how do we get back into camera mode so that we can see the drone flying? That is a good question. I'm afraid if I hit the X there, it will stop the mission. But I want to see. Oh, there we go. I touched it. Now we can see what the drone sees. So I just touched on the little icon down there, and we're seeing the drone get to its first waypoint here. Now it's turning, heading to its second, and it should raise in altitude here. And I can see my home point there on the map. Pretty cool. A $299 drone to get this kind of quality. And it is recording. So once you start a recording, it'll stay. I see a little bit of a crooked horizon. Not terrible, but it's crooked nonetheless. And we should be pretty close to that second waypoint here. So yeah, the mistake that I made is I hit save instead of execute. So I needed to take my time and read the menu. So now we're going to that third waypoint, and it should be climbing to 60 meters. It went up to 50 meters there. It should be climbing up to 60 meters high. And then it'll turn back and come back towards us at this waypoint. So I know this is a feature that's important to a lot of people, so I'm glad that I get a chance to show it to you. And again, I'm looking at the horizon. It's just a little bit of a tilt in it, not terrible, but it is there. And we should be nearly at that waypoint, third waypoint. It's at 60 meters high, so it achieved its height. And there we are. And then it's going to do a big turn and come right back to us here. And I noticed when it turned, that horizon straightened out. So it's going to drop in altitude. It should come down to 30 meters high here as it comes down in front of us. And then we're going to try some other things with this guy. I'll go out in the field and see if I can do some tracking with it. And I can hear it. And there it is. Compass interfered. That is a common. That is common with Fimi drones. I have seen that many times. And there's the drone up there. So let's bring it back into us here, and maybe we'll try some tracking, because that's another very popular thing to do. Keep it above the light poles here, because one of the things I want to remind you with this drone is it has no obstacle avoidance. I'm going to get down here a little bit, get it in front of me. And I said it before, I need to adjust the sticks on this, sensitivity on this, because it's a little bit, sticks are a little bit sensitive. So I'm dropping that camera down. We're going to go into that same mode here, or that same little icon, and we're going to click Smart Track, and we're going to do trace, and it should follow me from behind. So I'm going to click trace. I have to drag a rectangle around myself, and it'll switch to medium image quality because it needs processor. Well, it put a plus on me, so that's perfect. And I'm going to click go. So it's got me, and I'm going to take the SJ-Cam C300 with me, and hopefully you guys can see the drone here. I'll see if I can keep it on the drone, and it's backing up. We're backing the drone up, and by the way, that is a setting in the app as well. And again, another warning, this drone does not have any kind of obstacle avoidance. So you're going to be able to, if you wanted to, you could run this drone right into a tree or the side of a building or anything, because there's no obstacle avoidance on this guy. So it's following me from behind right now. So we'll get out in the middle of the field, and we'll see if we can get it into profile mode. And I don't know if I can change it on the fly. Let me look here and see if I can change it on the fly. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to click on trace in the bottom right. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think I need to get out. Yeah, so I'll have to get out of Smart Track, and then we'll try it again. So we're going to go back into whoops, sorry, wrong button. The little Android looking guy in the bottom, Smart Track. Boy, it's hot. We're going to go into profile. And again, let's see if it sees me. So we're going to click go. And what profile does, and I just realized I'm shooting into the sun with the SJ cam, so I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but it'll follow me and it'll stay on the same side. But the cool thing about this drone, the optical following, although it's coming right over the top of me, I'm going to turn and go the other way. And in theory, it should stay on the same side of me. And it is. And it's backing up. It was getting kind of close to me there, and I'm not sure why. But however, that's working perfectly. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. So let's, I see some people walking by, so we're going to get further out into the field here. And we're going to try, I'm going to get out of that. We're going to bring the drone in a little closer, and we're going to try the final smart tracking version. Let's bring it in closer. Picking up that camera just a little bit, bringing it in a little closer. And then we're going to click on that Android little guy again, and we're going to go into the final smart track, and that's lock. And lock, what you can do is you can have it orbit you. So it's got me again, and I'm going to click go. And I should be able to, yeah, here, there at the bottom, the slider. So I'm going to start it rotating around me. If I can get that slider to work. Let's go the other way then. There we go. So it'll start a rotation around me now. And it'll follow me as I walk around. There's the drone. I've got it rotating kind of slow. Let's see if we can speed it up a little bit. Yeah, that picked it up just a little. But again, what I'm going to warn you is in this mode, yeah, it's going to follow you. But with these trees around and everything, and it's flying sideways, it has no obstacle avoidance at all. So you could fly it right into a tree or something. So you definitely don't want to do that. So let's go the other way, and you'll see it. You'll see the drone continue to orbit me. I'm sorry I got a little distracted. I'm looking at those people. They walked right over the top of where my my landing pad is and my tripod. So I don't know, it was just kind of strange. But anyway, here that is the last tracking mode, and it's giving me low battery, so it's going to go into return to home. So yeah, I'm going to get out of that, and then let's just go ahead and go up. And we've been flying we've had the camera recording for 17 minutes. Let's get some altitude. Let's go out over the school, and let's see this guy go into auto RTH. Low battery, return to home. Yeah, it's telling me it's going to do it right now, and I'm still walking back to where I had the camera. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and it'll turn around and come back. Yeah, it's turning around. So I'm hoping to get back and get the camera set up before, yeah, look at it. So I might just hold the camera here and see if we can get, see if it'll get a precision landing. So I'm just going to leave, normally I would point the video camera down, but I'm not going to do it this time. Let's see what it does. Let's see what the drone does. Because when it goes into that precision landing mode, it uses the bottom camera for that. It does not use the main video camera. And it's weird. I'm looking up at it, It looks pretty close to the tree, but it's not. You know what? It pointed the camera down. Look at that, it did that by itself. So maybe it is using that main camera. Landing pad detected. I think we're going to get a precision landing. Look, it's going to be right on the H. There's the drone, and there's the pad. Look at that. It's coming down. Yeah, it's going to be a little off, but that's close enough. Took it a second to shut down. And the cool thing about this drone is it stops recording when it lands. Okay, give me just a second to get everything shut down, and then we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, so I thought we had a pretty good flight there. I think we were in the air for, probably over 18 minutes. I'll have to go back and look, or at least from the time we started recording. And we didn't have quite a full battery. I think it showed 93%. And then, I messed around there and messed up on that first waypoint mission, but then we got it right. Clicked execute instead of save. So that was just me not reading the screen correctly and doing what it was trying to tell me to do. But then I showed you the 3 different kinds of tracking: trace, profile, and they don't call it point of interest. I'm trying to remember what the other one is. I can't tell you with the drone not on. Trace, profile, but it's a point of interest where it follows you and does an orbit around you. All these companies have different names for their modes, and it's hard for an old man like me to remember them all. But anyway, the drone executed it all very well. So I didn't see, again, it did a good job on the precision landing. I didn't see the anomaly that I saw on the first flight where the video went kind of weird when it landed. It did everything well. Hey, so that's it for this video. But in the next video, I'll go through some of the other, there's a ton of other intelligent flight modes on this guy, and I want you guys to see them all. So we'll save those for another video. That's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, of course, we'll see you on the next one. And again, I want to remind you, I'm shooting this video on the SJ Cam C300. So we'll see how that goes. All right, see you guys later.